ready? Ready. All right. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Racing at Rockford show. We're live at Windsor Pizza Parlor, the official pizza of the Rockford Speedway. I'd like to welcome this evening's guest, starting from my immediate left all the way to the far left. Next to me is the 2020 Mountain Dew Kickstart Roadrunner Track Champion, the one, the only, Justin Wagner. Pleasure to meet you. Say something so everybody can hear you. You have to scoot up and do it. There you go.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
All right. Next to him, the driver of the 51 car. He had a few of them last year. That is the one and only, the Beerman, Sean Worman. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys.
All right. And next to him, the guy who did double duty last year, driving car number 29 in both the Mountain Dew Kickstart Roadrunners and the Bargain Hunter Sportsman, at least one of the number 29s. This is the one and only Austin Fowler. How are you, sir?
Good.
All right. I've got some news here. Okay. Well, we've already got comments going. We were kind of talking about this. I need to turn my volume down on this because I can hear it. There we go. It's picking a little feedback up. Anyways, so as you can see the comments starting, I was almost going to name the show the beer drinking special with Beerman here. But Mark Conning has already said something here. He's saying the bet is how many beers Beerman will drink on the show, over or under 6. So he's got one right now where he's down about a half. And he literally got it like right when we started the 2 minutes. So there we go. Okay, so here's what we got going on here. The music that you heard, the theme song is provided to you by OGMC, which is Old Gray Music Company. That's Dan Tritton. Ben Medina is also in that band. They have a really good band. If you get a chance to see them, it's well worth your time. You won't go away disappointed. Unless you like maybe opera music, then you probably won't like them because they don't play opera. Poll question of the show, we posted it earlier, is would you like to see the corn boil return? Guys, that would include you too. Justin, would you like to see the corn boil come back to the Rockford Speedway?
Yeah, my wife, she loves this.
Get a little closer to it so they can hear you.
My wife, she loves the stuff, so yeah.
Okay, all right. Beerman, what about you? Would you like to see the corn boil come back?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right. Austin, what do you think?
Corn after the races.
It's all right. After the races, well, okay, why after? Is there a reason for after?
Figure it out.
Okay, all right, we'll figure it out. All right, we're going to take our first sponsor break of the show. Tonight's show brought to you by Jane's Cafe, located right behind Cornelia Fireworks in Beloit, Wisconsin. Have you guys ever been Beerman? I know you've been at Jane's Cafe. We've met there. Justin, have you or Austin ever been to Jane's Cafe in Beloit?
Oh, for sure.
What did you have when you went? Or what's your favorite thing to eat there?
I usually eat the pork loin there.
Okay. I go there for breakfast. I'm going to have lunch sometime. Is that what you would recommend, the pork loin?
Yeah, I eat that for breakfast.
Okay. All right, for breakfast. Austin, what about you? Have you been to Jane's Cafe in Beloit before?
Yeah, I've been there a few times. Sassy Cassie's good.
Yeah, that's what I like, too.
I try new stuff every time.
All right, Beerman, what's your choice over there to have?
It's a toss-up between the ribeye and the Sassy Cassie.
Okay, all right.
If I'm hungry, I'll just eat both, I guess.
Ribeye. I didn't know they had ribeye sandwiches there.
No,
really?
That sandwich, it's the little like 6 or 8 ounce ribeye.
Oh, really?
Breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Also, Jimmy A., the one and only, will always be our sponsor for now and forever. Magnuson Landscaping, if you're wanting to get your seeding done, your fertilizing done in your yard, give Russ a call, 815-315-7819. And right here where we're at, Windsor Pizza Parlor, the official pizza of the Rockford Speedway and Racing at Rockford. And I also have an announcement about Windsor Pizza. If you guys want to chime in on this announcement, because I think you might have a little something to do with this too. See, if we got to talk about the questions before you sat down, you would have known what I'm going to come at you with here. But you didn't. You're busy. I get it. So you guys know what's going on here at Windsor Pizza Parlor next Sunday?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let's tell everybody what's going on. Step into the mic here. You guys are all quiet. What's going on? You're not awake yet? Step into
You're doing all the talking.
Yeah. Well, step in for me here. What's going on next Sunday here?
I need another beer.
Okay. Austin, what's going on next Sunday?
That's not what's going on next Sunday, but car show. Car show next weekend. Anybody and everybody. Windsor's Pizza sponsored cars. Anybody wants to bring their car down for a car show?
What do you remember? What time?
Negative.
Okay, I got it. It's from 3 to 6 p.m. next Sunday. You can meet and greet the drivers. Is Windsor the sponsor on your car?
Yeah.
And your car?
Absolutely.
And your car?
For sure.
Okay, so you will at least guaranteed you can meet and greet Austin Fowler, the Beerman, Sean Worman, and Justin Wagner, all three of them guys, in addition to other drivers, because Windsor Pizza, I don't know how many cars he sponsored, but he sponsored a lot of cars. Steve, if you're in the house, how many cars did you sponsor this year, would you say? He quit counting, so there you go. It's going to be a lot of cars he sponsors. Let's see. Kenny Hemmer is saying, I have to have some beers with the beer man in the pits after the races. So Kenny Hemmer wants to have a beer with you sometime.
Hey, just show up. I'm drinking right now.
The beer man.
All right. Now I've got some show notes I want to get into, and we'll be Cheyenne is checking in saying, hi, boys. Let's see. Mark Gray says, biscuits and gravy at Jane's Cafe is his favorite. Kayla Ann says it will come out 2 days later, whatever that is. Watch out for those
she's talking about the corn.
Oh, okay, that's it. Okay. So that's what happens when I don't read comments when I'm talking about it. Justin Tyler saying, watch out for those dang turkeys. Justin, we hope you're feeling better. What's he talking about?
Well, unfortunately today I was trying to go to my shop and get rid of some metal, and I probably hit about a 30-pound turkey and destroyed the windshield of my truck.
You had a 30-pound turkey. Oh, my God. What? Tell the story. So you're just minding your own business?
Turkey flies, it hits his windshield.
I just left the house, and I was going to my shop so we could load up some junk metal. I get down the road from
Closer
my
to
house,
it.
and before you know it, there's a turkey I thought was coming through my windshield.
Oh, I've never hit a turkey before. My gosh. First time ever for you?
Yes, it was.
Oh, well. And you don't ever want to do it again, right?
Oh, hell no. I thought he was coming in the front seat with me.
Was it salvageable for maybe Thanksgiving this year?
No, I couldn't even find him because otherwise he would be eaten today.
Okay. Yeah, Rick Conradson says, Wagner, we are having turkey for dinner, LOL. So I guess he couldn't find it, so sorry,
Someone
Rick.
found the turkey.
So somebody found it. All right, so I've got some show notes for you. As everybody knew, yesterday practice was supposed to happen. It got rained out, but it did happen today. I know where I live at in Winnebago, it was raining on and off all day, so I was thinking, I hope it's not going on here. On my way to Windsor Pizza Parlor, roads were dry. There were cars on the track. I did see Garrison Jeske out there in the 19M car practicing. There were a lot of other trailers out there. Did you guys get out and practice today?
Nope.
I don't think any of our stuff runs yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine runs a little bit, but
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not quite that far.
All right. We are less than 1 week away from the 44th Spring Classic. Friday will be the practice for the Big 8 Late Model Series and the Mid-American Stock Car Series. Practice goes from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Saturday, April 18th, we will be racing. Pit gates will open at 8 a.m. The main gates open at noon, and the first race starts at 2 p.m. I'm excited for it. I hope Mother Nature gives us a better show than what it did this weekend. Mother Nature, as David Deary's mentioned it Friday, it definitely plays a big part, that's for sure. Let's all pray, though, we have good weather next weekend because I want to race on Saturday. But if we do have a rain out Saturday, they do have a makeup date scheduled for Sunday, but it's not going to rain out Saturday. So I'm not mentioning that four-letter dirty word anymore. We will have practice again on Saturday, April 24th, and tire sales. Tire sale will go on from 10 a.m. to noon, and practice will be from noon until 3 p.m. The pits will open at 10 a.m. So if you weren't able to get down and practice today, that's your one more chance before the racing really gets going for the year. We have some big changes that are happening here at the Racing at Rockford show, and I'm going to break this to you tonight. Our new tech guy who we just got here, he has accepted a new job with the Rockford Speedway. He's actually going to be a tech at the Rockford Speedway. And he won't be able to do both the show and work at the track. So we had to make some changes here on the show because the track comes before the show 100%. With that being said, as I said, we had to change our schedule and reschedule some guests for during the off season in November and going forward. That means we won't be having a show every week. Once race season starts, we will do monthly updates, as I can't do the show by myself, and the position for doing the tech doesn't pay, so it's, I don't have people lined up to want to do it. So I have to have somebody running that board and somebody talking at the same time. For the shows remaining, I do have a sub filling in from time to time, but it's not going to be a permanent thing. So that's the update for the Racing at Rockford stuff. We will be having a show next week. That's going to be a great deal. I can't wait to see that all getting ready to get going. But we're going to move on with the interviews because I got 3 of them to give tonight. Justin Tyler checking in saying, I wanted to come watch practice, but for one thing, I can't be out right now. And second, I'd end up building a fast car. So, yeah.
Doug
or a car
Nightwanger
fast.
is watching.
Yeah, about 100 times. It keeps says he's going in and out.
Doug,
Get to work, Doug.
shut your phone off and go work on your car.
So there it is from the Beerman to Doug Nightwanger. Okay, so we're going to start with the interview tonight, and I've selected these guys in order. I have them sitting here is how we're going to do our interview. And I thought when you're a champion, you should definitely get the interview first. And that would be the guy sitting right next to me, Justin Wagner. We're going to start with him. Justin, have that mic close for you. And Justin, when did racing all start for you, and what divisions have you raced in?
Racing started when we were pretty young. I hang around Bobby and all them my whole life, so we always did that. Johnny and all them guys raced for years. And
Like how old when you say young?
maybe 8, 9 years old or something like that.
Wow.
We were pretty young when we started helping on the cars, but we were interested way before that, bike racing and all that kind of stuff. But
Who was your favorite driver growing up?
I don't know. I kind of liked Ricky Bilderback a lot. He was one of my likes, and I like Joe Shear, Dick Trickle. I like quite a few guys. They don't really one of them stick out, but
Sure. Justin, in 2020, you accomplished something a lot of drivers only dream about doing, and that's winning a track championship, as you did just that in the Mountain Dew Kickstart Roadrunners division. Take us back to the 2020 season, and what challenges did you encounter during the run?
I was probably pretty good through the whole year. I was pretty prepared to start with this year versus, a couple years in a row. But towards the end of the year, kind of got a slap in the face when the plug wire fell off and lost a lot of points that night and stuff. So, racing is kind of humbling, but you just got to keep going and get what you can get while you can get it. So
You were in victory lane a lot for the features. I remember that must have been the night the plug wire fell out that you didn't win a feature.
Yeah, it was the week before championship, or actually before the last night. And I think who was it? Was it you that won it, or was it Memley that got that one? I think Austin won that feature. But I'm not quite sure.
I'd have to go back and watch the videos because I talked to so many of you. I don't remember either, but I remember the question I always asked you, and we'll get into that one later. Justin, who was your biggest competition throughout the season last year?
Oh, for sure, Phil Special. I helped him a lot, helped him build his car and stuff, and he pretty much had the same stuff I had. So he was there and he was tough. So
yeah, he caught on fire one night, wasn't it, during the heat race? Didn't he come out and win the feature that night after he had the card caught on fire?
I think that is who won the feature that night. That actually I blew a plug wire. It was Phil actually won that night, I believe.
Yeah, I remember. So, I got to interview him once.
Yeah, he kept, for some reason, puking tranny fluid out the dipstick tube, and it got on the exhaust and started the fire and burned his wiring up. And
oh, no. So right now, let's see. I'm just checking to see if we got any more comments here up to date.
No,
we still got Doug watching.
Doug's watching.
Doug's still watching.
Stop turning it off, Doug.
How many phones you got, Doug?
Well, if we can, the whole screen's filled with them there. So
Doug, it's not porn.
That's right. Talk about some of your favorite moments that you had last year.
I'd have to say every time I won a feature, it was I had a good time doing that. You don't get very many seasons where you win a lot, and you got to take them while you can get them. And I was just pretty good, and I was just a little better than everyone else. So that's it helps a lot. But
did you ever fail post-race tech last year at all?
Nope.
That's good. That's a good thing. All right. Justin, in the Roadrunner division, when you win a track championship, you must either take the season off in the division or move up to another division. What are your plans for the 2021 season?
We're going to go sportsman racing.
Really?
Yep.
And you've never raced a sportsman before?
I've hot lapped one once.
And how are you feeling about this year with the car?
Pretty nervous. I'm not even ready yet.
Not even ready yet, huh?
No, we're not even close yet.
Okay. Well, what are the goals you're going to be setting for this season?
I'd like to get Rookie of the Year and, just run as good as we can and get the best we can get out of every night. It'd be nice to win a feature this year, but I'm really not expecting one because I got a lot to learn. But I think it's not out of reach. I mean, it could happen. So,
who else is going to be running for Rookie of the Year that you're going to be up against this year?
I'm not really sure of all the guys. I know Robbie Robinson. He's going to be going for it, I think. And then I'm not real sure of anyone else. But
okay. You will have some very stiff competition in the Bargain Hunter Sportsman division. Howie Ware, Trevor Robinson, Johnny Robinson. Let's talk about some of those drivers. I mean, who are some that that are, you're going to have a really hard time trying to get around, or they're going to make you work?
Sure, it's a tough company in that division. They're probably one of the better divisions, I think, as far as like guys that are really good and they take their time and make sure their stuff's right.
Have you ever raced against any of the guys that currently race that division? Have you ever raced against them in the Roadrunners before?
I think Johnny Robinson the second. Yeah, that's probably about the only one. I don't think I ever ran any of the rest of them. So
okay, and you raced against him in the Roadrunners?
Yeah, that was years ago. Like I don't know, 96, 7.
Okay,
in that area.
All right. In the time that you've been racing, has there ever been a rivalry with another driver? And please, if there is, let's hear the name. That's what I like about the show. I mean, I kind of like a little Jerry Springer to my show,
Really no rivalries. We've had a few little hothead moments, but no rivalries really.
Well, take us back to one of those moments. Come on.
I happened to throw a
relive
steering wheel at a guy a few years ago.
You threw a steering
It was
wheel.
probably a little inappropriate, but I was a little mad. But you get over stuff. And
were you
it's racing.
intentionally wrecked, or what happened?
No, I was just kind of mad about the way I was drove. But it is racing is racing.
Yeah,
that's how it works sometimes.
Okay. What's it like racing against the guy sitting across from you, Austin Fowler, or Phil Speciale? I mean, you and Austin are kind of like teammates a little bit.
Yeah, pretty
What's
much.
it like racing against him?
It's kind of hard beating a cheater, but once
Wait, are you calling Austin Fowler a cheater? Austin's. What do you have to say about that?
I could say the same thing, I guess.
You're a cheater, is what you're saying?
No.
Oh, he's a cheater.
Nah, I'm just joking. But yeah, I mean, Austin's definitely one that he's a tough competitor. He runs you fair. He's right there with you, and he can run door to door with you for 15 laps, and you might trade a little paint, but it ain't nothing to cry over at the end of the night.
Yep, that's good.
There's an actual video out there of that.
Yeah.
Well, what year should we be looking for?
You should post that daily race video. What year was that? 2018?
I think so. Yeah.
Side by side for about 23 laps.
Really?
Yeah.
Best race you'll ever watch.
That's good. Who ended up winning?
He did by about 3 inches.
He smiles when he says it.
I think I've watched that thing about 500 times.
That's not his favorite.
Wow.
That's like his.
There's only
number one porno
506
video.
views, and 500 of them are mine.
Every night before bed, he watches that.
500 of yours.
That's his nightly.
I watch it before I go to bed and make sure I sleep good.
Very nice.
But I still like to see who wins at the end.
Hey, I got to do an update. Beerman,
Yes.
what beer are you on now?
3.
Yeah, 3.
3. So Mark Conning,
4, 'cause
the
there
bet
was one
said
before
over
the
under
show.
6, and we still have
Said
two.
over under, was he?
We still have 2 interviews to go, and he's already on number 3.
Mark
So-
Conning should have upped his numbers a little bit.
Boots can help, and she can just line about 3 more up here. We'll be all right.
Okay. All right. Justin,
Yeah.
what's it like racing against Phil Speciale, though?
Phil's a good guy. Phil will help anybody out. He's fair. He's not into that cheating stuff either, and he's another one of them guys. You race him the way you want to be raced, you know. And I like that about guys like him.
Now I remember
'Cause you
when
don't have to worry about him trying to destroy you
stay close to it.
or do anything, you know, to take you out. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when Kim Special and Art Special used to race. Were you here watching the races back then?
Yeah, I've probably seen a few with Art and all them in there. I remember those guys.
Yeah. We're going to try to have a show where we can have them all on the show on the same time. I think that would be pretty cool.
You should bring back some of the older guys like John Robinson and them guys.
Oh, there you go.
They
Yeah.
got a lot of good stories.
Yeah. Have either one of the guys that we just talked about ever wrecked you out before?
No,
Not at all.
never.
Okay. Is there someone you don't like racing against? Ever?
Not really. I just kind of learn how they drive, their style, and I just, you know, I kind of make my own decision of where I pass, and when I pass, and how I race them. You know, I don't really dislike anyone. I just kind of learn their style and work around that.
Okay. See, I think we're looking at our comments here, and I think the problem is
Dougie's still watching.
maybe Dougie has an internet connection problem because, yeah, he's
You know,
in and out.
they have high-speed internet now. You don't need dial-up anymore.
All right. Justin, I'll be honest here with us here. Have you ever intentionally wrecked out someone before?
No, I have to say I've never even been in a position where I've had to do anything like that. So
That's good. That's good. Justin, what's your favorite event to race at the Rockford Speedway?
probably short track. I like short track.
Is it like a bigger, you know, like more pressure on you, would you say?
No, that's just if you win the championship, that's like the crown of the championship. You've closed the deal finally, and that's just probably like any of the 2-day shows, like Jefferson or the Dells or anybody. Them 2-day shows are the ones you want to win. Them are like the best trophies and the most money. And
They pay out pretty good at short track, I believe. That's I know it's my favorite weekend to ever go watch racing. Just my kids and I have a tradition of doing it. Where else have you raced at besides the Rockford Speedway?
I've raced Columbus, Toma, the Dells.
Is Columbus dirt?
No, Columbus
Okay.
is no longer there no more.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
It's a ROTC training camp now or something like that.
Yeah.
But Columbus was a little small bull ring, flat. It was probably one of the funnest places to ever race at. It didn't matter if you had the best car there or the cheapest car there. You had a chance to win, you know.
How big was the track? Like quarter mile, like
I
Rockford
would say it's
Speedway?
probably a quarter mile on the outside.
Okay.
It was pretty small on the inside.
All right. You, Beerman, and Austin are teammates. Have you and Austin ever worked together during a race to help one another try to win?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Many times, or?
No, we just, well, not really. We just kind of keep around, keep our eyes open. If one of us is faster, we kind of, there's no need to hold a guy up. So
Sure.
Why would you want to do something like that?
Is it called blocking? I heard somebody from the audience said it's called blocking. Is that what it's called,
no,
Justin?
No, we don't do no stuff like that. But
Okay.
I can never keep up with them.
Okay. Austin, for the record, does Windsor Pizza make you drive faster?
made me
Of
faster.
course.
Okay. And in closing, Justin, did I say Austin for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Shame on me. Justin,
Of course.
I didn't get to ask you at Austin during the season, but I asked Justin Wagner. Shame on me. Justin Wagner, for the record, does Windsor Pizza make you drive faster?
Oh yeah.
What's in it? Is it the ingredients? I mean, what kind of pizza makes you drive faster? Is it the pepper pizza? I mean, which one is it? It's got
It's
to
a
be
pizza
one.
made by
usually eat
me.
the cheese and sausage, but it must be the sauce.
It's the sauce.
Yeah, sauce.
I make.
So if these guys want to put it in victory lane like you, Justin Wagner, and more than once, they need to come to Windsor Pizza before the races.
Oh yeah, Saturday at lunchtime. You better be here.
Better be here.
I won't make your
Excellent.
sauce though.
Oh, so you might be in trouble.
It's Austin sauce they make on Mondays.
Okay. And Justin, in closing for you, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about or anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Windsor, Daniel's Detail, CNR, my wife, Frisch Signs for keeping the thing looking good all year.
He's put some numbers on just a few cars at the Speedway, from my understanding.
Yeah, I would say
just a couple.
Frisch Signs probably does about 80% of the cars, but when they call best looking car of the year, who's done it.
That's why my son had Frisch Signs do his as well. Absolutely. And this shirt, he did this too. So yes.
Oh, Bobby does it all. Whatever you need, give him a call.
Yep. All right. Justin, thank you. I appreciate you being honest. Let's move the mic over to the Beerman.
Number 6, you getting there?
All right. So Beerman, what number are you on right now for beers? Stay close to the mic when you talk.
This is 4, and I need 5.
Okay, so he's our. Wow, you. The last time is that the number? Somebody. Okay, so they are keeping track.
Gregory needs one too.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Mark Connie, you need one, don't you?
Yeah. All right.
Hey, look.
Sean,
Yeah.
the Beerman. First things first.
Doug's, hey, look, my kid's watching too.
There you go. Beerman. First things first. How did you get the name the Beerman? Is that something that you had to earn or a nickname you were given? Tell the story.
Well, you almost lost it.
Wait, what?
I didn't lose shit.
Easy. It's a family show.
Well, there was a disclaimer before the show started. It might not be PG.
Hang on. Speaking of beers,
Yeah. Hey,
here they come.
If there's beers involved, there's no PG. All right, so probably about the 3rd or 4th night of working on the beer wagon.
What year was this?
What's that?
17?
17.
Okay, so 4 years ago.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was driving a Hornet, and
You started in Hornets.
I started in a Hornet.
Okay.
And
I didn't know that.
Okay,
All
so I
right.
started in a Hornet. Hornet division ended, and so now I was talking with Bobby Frisch, and he's like, "What are you gonna do?" He says, "Nothing's that division's gone." And he goes, "I think you should drive a 6er." And he goes, "I know somebody that has one." And I was like,
I got to ask you
Go ahead.
something. I don't mean to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
did they take a break between the Hornets and the Bandits coming on, or did the Hornets just immediately go to Bandits? Can one of you guys answer that?
I think there was 2 separate divisions at the time, and they just mingled and made it one.
They were
Okay.
there was two separate divisions. So the Hornets was kind of like what the Sixers are now,
Yeah.
and then everybody either had a decision to like move up or
And you
quit.
you didn't want to go into the Bandits?
I decided not to. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Go ahead now. That confused me a little bit.
That's okay. So Bobby says, "Hey, I know somebody has one." I bought the car. We built most of it at his shop. And about the 3rd or 4th night of building this car, and me continually bringing in several 30 packs of Busch Light, and
Why Busch Light?
it's what we drink. So
Okay.
Doesn't
all right.
give you a headache.
I'd call, yeah. So I call him. I'd actually say, "Hey, like I got like the grinding wheels, drill bits, sheet metal, anything else like beer?" He goes, "There's 6 or 7 left in the fridge," and my comment was, "Well, there's nothing left for you fuckers to drink." So,
Okay. All right.
but yeah, so
Right.
yeah, sorry.
There's no kids in here, is there?
Yeah, sorry, not really.
All right.
So
OMG.
I walk in his garage one night carrying like at least 2 30 packs, and he goes, "It's the Beerman," and it's stuck ever since.
Who said that?
Bobby Frisch, right there.
Bobby Frisch named you the Beerman. That's where it
yeah.
came from.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got some comments here.
Copyright
All right.
infringement.
Yeah. So Devin Russell Eggert checking in saying, "Hey, fellas." Mark Conning says, "I owe Beerman 30 of them." So 3-0. That's what he's saying.
That's times 3. That's 90. You're
All
a
right.
teacher. You can do math.
So he's a shop teacher. We talked about math, if I remember right,
My apologies.
when Mark was on the show. Beerman, how long have you been involved in 6er racing?
Last year was my 3rd year.
And why did you choose the 6ers to race in?
It was an affordable division.
Okay. Is is it cheaper than the Hornets were?
I only raced Hornets for about a year, so
You really didn't know?
yeah.
Okay. What kind of a Hornet did you have when you raced?
It was a little Dodge Neon.
Okay. Where have you all raced the Sixers at?
Rockford, home track, Rockford Speedway. I've raced at Madison. I raced at Toma. I've raced at Slinger. I've raced at
You raced at Slinger
the
too?
Dells. Yeah.
Which you raced at the Dells?
Yes.
A third mile.
Yeah.
Wow. Out of all those tracks, where's your favorite?
Probably the one you want to picture, Judy, huh?
I don't think they heard you, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
don't-
That's okay. She'll get mad anyway.
So what was that now?
You know what? When
Yes,
you win,
what?
when you win, it's a blast. My favorite track is the Rockford Speedway to race at. It's a fun track. But since COVID kind of destroyed all of racing for us here at the Rockford Speedway, I decided to travel. I spent all my Friday nights with Austin on my side, racing up at Toma. I missed 2 shows, finished 4th in points. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday nights, we would occasionally run up to Slinger. I spent the 4th of July weekend on the road, raced Toma Friday night, came home, worked on the car early Saturday morning with Austin Fowler, and took off, went and finished 3rd at the Dells. The family and I stayed overnight in the Dells. We went over to Slinger and won at Slinger, brought home a 5-foot trophy. And,
Wow.
yeah, my son didn't sleep the whole way home. He was so pumped.
Yeah,
The whole way home, he couldn't believe that we had a good time. So.
Now, I think your son just had a birthday recently.
Yeah,
Didn't he? How old
yeah.
is your son now?
He just turned 9, and he really likes coming down to our shop, working with us at the shop, and hanging out, and but he don't understand sometimes it's called we have to stay at the shop.
Yeah.
Because there's days that we're running errands, and we stop at Raw Steel and Collision. We stop here at Windsor. We stop at a bunch of different places, and he thinks that has to happen every time.
All right. I can't repeat what Mark Conning said a little while ago, but that's okay.
Well, let me at least read it.
Devin Russell Eggert said, any advice for the up-and-coming Sixer drivers? What kind of advice would you offer to a new driver? Because Devin Russell Eggert, he's just starting out. He's actually going to be teammates with my son. I don't remember what their team name is. When I have them on the show, I'll have
Cotton
to
Ball.
ask.
Yeah, Team Cotton Ball.
Team Cotton Ball.
Team Cotton Ball. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, boy.
All right, so, all right, learn your car, work on it, take it apart, learn all the moving parts of the car, your brakes, your
But
shocks.
you can only do so much on these cars, right?
Well, it's just like it doesn't hurt to learn, like he said.
Yeah.
Take your brakes apart, make sure they're working correctly. Take your shocks out, make sure that they're functioning. Don't be afraid to put a window net or a crossbar on the back and put some racing belts in that, because factory belts, some of these cars, they're known to fail.
Yeah, I've seen. I think
Be
Dougie
safe.
Neiswanger's car usually leaves the factory seat belts in there. And speaking of with the safety, I want to bring this up because I had somebody message me today. It's not on these questions, but I just thought of this here. What is the minimum safety gear that's required? I've had people ask me, can you just wear a flannel shirt and jeans? I told the person I personally wouldn't. I said, this is what I told them. At least a single one-piece racing suit, a helmet, shoes, racing shoes, and racing gloves. That's minimum, I think, for safety. What do you guys think?
So, for me, I won't race without my belts. I won't race with my net, my fire suit, my helmet, my racing shoes, or like my buddy up north says, your fast and your cowboy boots. That's Josh Zacharias. He may or may not be watching. But so it doesn't cost much to put a little bit of safety in your Sixer. I've given belts away to a few different people. It doesn't cost much to be safe.
Right.
It costs a fortune to have a mess up, have something happen, and they could affect you for a lifetime.
And we've seen, they've caught on fire. I mean, we've seen a good fire last year. It happens. I mean, safety's good. We have probably the best safety crew that any racetrack. I think we have the best one.
Rockford has a real good safety crew. My hat's off to those guys. But at the end of the day, if you don't build a safe car when you're starting out and learn to make something safe, you're wasting your time. You guys actually, your son owns my old beer wagon.
We're going to get into that. That's coming up next.
Okay, then I'll quit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mark Conning had chimed in here too.
Cheaper than a $10,000 hospital.
Mark, good point. Mark Conning had said we are going to have a open track special for new drivers and HSRA drivers. What do you think of that? I think it's a good idea that they maybe have just a special time reserved for those brand new people.
Is he referring to as a racing special or something where they come and learn and ask questions?
I think it's a come and learn where they ask questions.
That would be very good. Absolutely.
Chance Lounsbury checking in, saying hello to everybody. Justin Tyler says, I won't run without the suit, gloves, cage, window net, etc. It is much less costly than screwing your life up, just as you said. Brenda Wagner says, hello, Justin.
Doug Nightrunner's watching, too.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to be getting messages from Doug at the end of the night. I just know this. Okay. So
you don't live too far away, Doug. Just walk your way on down and watch it live.
Have some pizza, Doug.
Yeah, so Mark Conning chimed back in. Here comes another beer. All right, so here, Mark Conning chimed in.
Who's that one for?
I don't know.
Wagner. You should bring 3 at a time.
Mark Conning said, come learn and practice with the other drivers. So
is that with love? Nice.
So it's going to be a learning experience to come practice with the new drivers.
And I think really that if you ask somebody, like some other driver, and you say, hey, I can't afford to go to left-hander and buy a window net, belts. You have another set of belts on hand that I can purchase from you for a little bit cheaper. I have a set of belts that I would gladly sell for cheaper than what, that they're still good. Put them in your car. Use them.
There's plenty of guys out there that race.
Say it in there. They can't hear you.
There's also plenty of guys out there that race that are more than willing to just give away their old stuff. Yeah. So, all you got to do is ask. There's lots of guys that will help anyone. So
for the Sixers, don't be afraid to ask for help. It don't matter if you ask a former Sixer driver, road runner driver, late model driver, say, hey, what can you help me with? I'm starting out.
With David Nolly chiming in saying, but it's affordability racing, which is good. Race Seavers would be great. Do you think Race Seavers should be? What's your opinion of Race Seavers and the Sixers?
Okay, so I traveled a lot this year, and so the only 2 tracks I raced at that required race Seavers was both Slinger and the Dells.
So you did race somewhere that they were required in your cars.
It was required.
Okay.
And when you're looking at the math, you go, okay, they charge, $15-$20 to rent this. I bought mine for like $170 with a 1-year subscription.
You're talking about race Seaver.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, race Seavers.
Right.
He's drunk.
Not transponders.
My
race
bad.
Seaver.
6 beers too much.
No
more beer for the Beerman.
It's not the beer. No, race Seavers, yeah.
You want me to tell you what those are?
I actually do.
Okay, all right.
Well, he's gonna get
You might hear Steve Vittori talk a few
but
times.
It would help if the race director talked into that race Seaver. He's actually standing over there.
So,
Oh, sorry.
but in a road runner, he talks a lot more than a Sixer.
Mark Gray chiming in, what prize do I win for betting the over on beers for Beerman? LOL.
You win
I don't
a
know.
beer.
We don't have a prize today, do we? Maybe you win a beer. There you go. Okay, I got to move on to my questions here. As everybody, we got more here. Yeah, don't be a... Yeah, so here you go. Another comment here, guys, and this is for everybody listening. And we talked about this last week. Don't be afraid to ask questions at the driver's meeting. You guys are veterans. How important is it that these new guys ask the questions? Are you going to get mad at them if there's a younger driver sitting next to you and he's afraid to ask a question, but he decides to ask? Are you going to get mad at him for asking him a question that you might already know?
No. The dumb question is the one you don't ask.
Right. Austin?
No question is a bad question. I don't care if it's asked 5 times, as long as you know what's going on. And, with the Sixer guys, I think that drive with respect out there and just, don't drive over your head. Just there's a lot of those cars out there, and from what I've heard, this year is going to be a pretty big year for Sixers. So, just relax and just take it easy. You don't need to wreck somebody. Race win on the first lap. Just take what you can get with what you got.
Yep. Beerman, you have had a few Sixers in the time that you've raced. And last year, my son bought a Sixers race car from you that you called the Beer Wagon. Why did you call this car the Beer Wagon?
That name was given by Eric, the announcer previous to you.
Oh, Eric. No. Gustafson or
Eric.
the Hammer?
The Hammer.
The Hunefeld.
So-
yeah, very.
So
he's
now,
the guy I
now
always
you know.
look up to.
Now you know the nickname, the Beerman. Third night out, I win the beer, what we call the Beer Wagon now. And I pull in the victory lane, and he says, and he pulls the Beer Wagon into victory lane. It's the Beerman, and the car from
it
that
stuck with
And
you.
the crowd goes nuts.
and from that day forward, we called that car nothing but the Beer Wagon.
Okay.
Now it's called the Cotton Ball Wagon.
And it is bad luck, by the way. Hey, it's bad luck to change the name of a car.
It hasn't been changed as far as I know. All right.
Oh,
so,
yeah, it has. It's the Cotton Ball Wagon now.
so
Marshmallow.
as I know, you do
Should have
build.
painted that thing white.
Oh, hey, by the way, when they said that like the paint scheme, I should have said, you're welcome.
Beerman, you do build good cars. I can say that as my son bought a race car from you last year. And his car, is a beast. He just needs some more experience behind the wheel. What all goes into building a Sixer, and how much money does it cost to get started in Sixer racing? This can go to all three of you on that question.
Never ran one.
All
I
right,
don't know.
he's never ran
Okay.
one, so you don't know.
I fixed one every week.
So you fixed it. You were the mechanic. You were the crew chief on the car.
Yeah, on 4 different cars.
Okay.
I do, and I don't want experience on those street cars.
It all depends on what you buy. I purchased that car from Josh Thuring for about $400, and I stuck another like $200 in it between the roll cage and all the safety equipment.
Yeah, because you built that roll cage in there.
I built it in Bobby Frisch's garage.
And for the record, so everybody knows, what is the rule requirement for roll cages if you want to put one in? They're not required, but what is it? Is it a 4-point? I think that's what it's called.
Rockford Speedway rule book, last page.
Okay, so there you go if you were wondering.
Pretty much what's in his car.
All right, I got a few more chime-ins here. Let's see. Mark Conning says, where's the beer I bought you guys? Justin Tyler says, I drove over my head all the time, LOL. Mark Conning saying, 50 cars this year. David Nally says, when I ran the Beer Wagon in 2019, I followed Beerman in hot laps. I had not been in a car in like 20 years.
Oh, here we go.
It helped to get used to the lines again. So there you go. So what advice would you give to a new driver starting out this year, Beerman? In the Sixers class.
In the Sixer, you have to work on your car. You have to know your car. Please put safety first.
And sheet metal screws.
Yeah.
Make sure you look about 30 foot in front of your hood.
All right.
Oh, they're not. You're not supposed to look right on the
hey.
front of the hood. That's it.
Gregory.
Don't be a hood pin driver.
Hey, Gregory, those hood pins I put in the car, you looked past them. All right. Oh, and
Or in your rear view mirror.
or first gear.
Oh, wait, you don't have those anymore.
All right.
Need a beer.
All right. Many of the Sixer features can become wreck-filled as many drivers forget the race is won on the last lap and not the first lap. We had as many as 40 cars or more show up on a Saturday night to race in the Sixers class last year. Does it become a survival race, would you say? If you're in the back of the feature, if you're like in the middle of the feature, is it more of a survival race?
I think if you're in the middle at Rockford, it is a survival race. I mean, the guys are higher in points start in the back, so you can kind of set back and work your way to the front. But I've raced at so many different tracks that it is an affordable division at other tracks. So they treat it as a racing division as any other division like Rockford. So it is a beginner division at Rockford, and understand that. So, you just got to be patient.
And if some of these Sixer drivers listening to you tonight, because we got a lot of new ones, could you offer them advice? Would you say, where could they find you at besides in the pits? Are you on Facebook? I mean, where can they find you at?
Windsor Pizza, drinking beer.
Okay, so you can find them at Windsor Pizza. There you go.
There you have it. If you want to learn anything, you can meet me at Windsor, and we'll have beer. Well, if you're old enough, I'll buy you a pizza
and a soda. All right,
and a water.
Water's cheaper than that soda.
Johnny Schultz checking in, saying hi, Lisa Nolly and David Nolly. Let's see. Judith Angela, your wife says put in a roll cage, safety belt, and window net. Justin Tyler says
her street car's going into a race car.
What's that? I go at it all the times like an enduro race. Stay in one piece, and then you'll have a decent finish. Drive hard, and you will get caught up quick. I know that for sure. That's what Justin Tyler says. Vince Sashan says, Sixer tip 100, clean the glass and debris out of your car. Great tip by Vince. Thank you.
Or in your pit stall.
Rick Conrad says you can find Beerman in the beer garden after the races.
They do sell shop vacs. Vacuum the shit out of your cars.
All right.
You're supposed to bring home a pizza.
Yeah, your wife said tell Beerman to bring home a pizza before he leaves.
I won't be home until 2 a.m.
Honey, I made 3 errands for you today while I was working on race cars, and it cost me 2 hours, so you're shit out of luck.
All right. Oh, you heard it here right on the Racing at Rockford show. So if Beerman's homeless after tonight, we all know why.
Beerman's looking for a hotel if anybody's interested.
In the front seat of the truck.
Judith said to you, Austin, I will decapitate you. All right, moving on the show. Here we go. Are there any drivers that you didn't like racing against? If so, who and why?
Besides Mark Conning?
Okay. Why?
Well, apparently I wrecked him severely so many times, but sorry, buddy. Wasn't me driving.
It was Dave Nolly.
I have 251s, or did.
Really?
Dave Nolly. I guarantee it wasn't that guy right there.
Okay.
Hey, Fowler. Appreciate that.
Love you, buddy.
Is there anybody else? I mean, different tracks that you didn't like racing against?
I normally don't have it's not a big issue.
Okay.
We race pretty clean everywhere else where I go.
All right. Beerman, has anyone ever intentionally wrecked you out?
Absolutely.
Who?
Call him out right now.
Josh Zacharias.
Josh Zacharias intentionally wrecked Beerman out. Beerman,
I love you, brother. Don't worry.
have you ever intentionally wrecked somebody out before?
No.
No. And who do you like racing against in the Sixers class the most? Who's your favorite person?
Yeah, Matt Moore. Matt Moore from Thomas Speedway. I really enjoy racing against him.
Okay.
It's actually Bobby's cousin, and we put a lot of laps on together.
Mm-hmm.
Race is real clean. Matt Moore, Dan Fry. Oh, that was my summer. Just because of COVID, I had to travel. And Thomas Speedway was my second home.
Sure. That's one track I've not been to yet. My son got to go there. I think he went there with you guys, and he had a great time.
Oh, that place is so much fun.
Yeah.
How did the Jefferson Nationals treat you?
Go around.
He's quiet.
It was a good thing, but my daughter was camping in the bed or the living room for the night.
Now, I want to tell you, I forgot, I skipped a question. The 2020 season for you, Beerman, at the Rockford Speedway wasn't very good to you, as you encountered many rough nights and many rough cars. Tell us about one of those nights.
The worst one was the night that I got turned.
Which car were you in, the blue one or the black one?
I was in the Mistress, the blue one, the blue and black.
Okay.
And going into turn 3, I got turned. hit Big Boy Bennett, and somehow he saved it from going towards the wall. Hit him again. We were side by side, and somebody hit me in the door. The door came right to my leg.
Oh, wow. Did you cut your leg open?
No, I did not because, well, if you ever look at my Sixers, I definitely have a hoop. I have a back bar or 2 bars, and I have kickers and down bars in my car, and it came right to that. So
Okay. Hang on. Justin, Phil Special says he needs to talk to you. So,
Let's do it, buddy.
not on the show now. You can talk to him later. Yeah. So he wants to get a hold of you
you have
later.
his phone number, don't you?
Yeah.
He likes to talk like my wife.
Endlessly?
Yeah, endlessly.
Okay.
Like he's bored during the day. Like Mac Tools has nothing for him to do.
Wait.
He must sit in the truck and
Wait,
drive all day.
what? Sorry, Phil. What's Phil's most famous thing that he says while he's talking to you?
Yep.
Calls me money bags.
No.
They called you out, Phil. All right. One more here. Beerman, you have some big plans for the 2021 season. Tell us about them. What are you racing this year? Which division?
Winged Woman on wheels.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Shit.
I'm sorry.
downgrade
Powder
now.
Puff.
You got down
Wow.
to the division here or what?
No more Parmesan crusted chicken for you.
Or
No.
barbecue ribs, steak.
So, probably about mid-season, Justin Wagner and I, we joked about me buying his car, and he says, it's you. You get in. Several times he had offered me to go hot lap it. There's part of me that says that's bad juju, and I said, no way, no how. I said, you have a championship to go win. I said, go win the championship, and then I'll think about taking it for a spin.
Okay.
So, when did you
She
blow up?
only lasted about 5 laps after that championship.
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah. So about
Oh,
five laps after the championship, that thing went sky high, and I looked at him. I said, "Aren't you glad that I never took you up on that offer?" And but I own that car now,
Okay.
and no, I never gave it away on any other show. What I was doing, I am full-time Roadrunner racing this year with Windsor Pizza sponsor, Ross Steel and Collision, Air Automotive, Chuck's Heating, plumbing and electrical, and yeah.
I thank you for breaking that news here on our show. You got to be excited about racing Roadrunners. You're going to race against the guy right next to you.
You know what? We've had at least since like 3 years ago, him and I got a shop together. We've had like 5 cars in our shop at a minimum.
Okay.
And finally, we have got down to where we only going to have 2 cars in our shop, and it's going to be a lot more room to kind of do what we want to do, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of help behind me, with a lot of knowledge and experience between Justin Wagner, Austin Fowler, and Bobby Frisch that's able to help me out, and I got a lot of great sponsors. So
I got one more part for that, but I got to get to comments.
go to comments.
Judith says, "Oh, that's the guy that passed out in her bed."
Where the hell did you go, Doug?
Austin Fowler passed out in your bed.
I think she's talking about Gregory.
Oh, yeah.
Gregory.
Oh, boy.
No, Gregory passed out in our daughter's bed because we brought him home. I wouldn't let him drive.
My
And-
son?
Yeah.
Your son.
I'm glad you took him home. Thank
All right.
you.
Austin drove us home, and he's like, I can drive. I said, bullshit. Like, he'll come with me. And I took his keys, and I seen the...
He said I had candy in the house. That's what he said.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
exactly how it all happened.
Hey, come on in here. I got some cupcakes.
Oh, boy. All right.
Cupcakes, maybe. But, yeah, I just kind of gave him a little push,
Okay.
and he fell over and went to sleep, and I said, all right, we're good.
Okay. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
Mark Conning says, this is talking about when you guys were earlier, you got rammed in the door without them hitting the brake. That's what Mark Conning said. Johnny Schultz says, I moved away 20 years ago. Don't get the Speedway too often. I take the Sixers are about the same size as the 70 and 80s Roadrunners. Yeah, I think our car counts there. Yeah, definitely.
Well, if there's anything like this year, there's going to be 71.
Beerman, your wife says you are homeless, and Fowler, you will starve to death. And now for the last question.
And I have keys for every door there is, so I don't give a shit.
Oh, she said she changed the locks already. No, she didn't say it.
No.
All right.
You don't have tools.
See, now it's not Dougie blowing up this year. Now it's your wife. So
Yeah,
see,
because
look,
we
now
said
it's
one
that.
bad
What the hell,
thing.
Doug? Where'd you go? You run out of internet connection?
All right.
He ran out of data.
Last one. Now let's talk about Windsor Pizza Parlor, Beerman.
Yeah.
What do you love about this place?
Well, beer. But no, on a serious note, I tell you what. If it wasn't for Dave Nolly, he is a neighbor. He is our neighbor to our shop. That we would never. I never drive down this street. Like 3 years ago, I never drove down this street. I tell you what, he helped us, and I tell you what, he has good food, good pizza. Steve is a great guy, and his staff is awesome. And yeah, I gotta come down. If you haven't been to here, come here. Try something. It's all good.
So, okay, and then one other thing here. So if people want to know why they call you the Beer Man, they should meet you in the pits, and you'll explain to them why, correct? Did you say that?
All they gotta do is see the cooler.
Yeah,
I didn't say it. No. Just
if they haven't
see.
figured it out just yet.
All right.
If Steve runs out of beer, I probably have 90 in the truck right now.
Okay. And in closing, is there anyone else you'd like to thank?
I absolutely. Tell you what, I really got to thank Bobby Frisch. If he said, "Hey, jump in my car, drive it, and see how you like it," and so I got to thank Bobby Frisch. He's a great friend, great guy. Letters my stuff. Got to thank Ross Steele and Collision. He's always He's always painting my cars. Windsor Pizza. Aero Automotive. And Chuck's Electrical.
Okay, and before you guys leave, I got to make sure I got to have you sign the Racing at Rockford poster board behind you. All right, and my last and final interview of the day, Austin Fowler. Your turn.
I about fell asleep.
You only had one beer.
You had one beer this whole time.
I
drank 3 in the middle of my interview.
Beer Man, how many are you on right now?
Tom ball.
5.
I'm on 3. I'm only 2 behind.
So the number's 6. It's on 6. Okay, so he's on 5. All right, Austin, we got interview here. So
All right, let's go.
3 more.
Okay. Austin, when did you get into racing?
2011.
Which division?
Roadrunner. Started in Roadrunner. I was actually in high school, senior of high school.
Where'd you go to high school at?
I went to Harlem.
Okay.
You went to high school?
Yeah, I went to high school. I even finished. Got my diplomat.
Okay.
2011, I started racing, Roadrunner. Of course, Bobby got me started. I bought, what was my first car? My first car I bought from Brett McCoy.
Really? Yep. The first one you bought?
Yeah, my very first. I've had about 4 or 5 race cars now, and first one was in 2011. Actually hot lapped a car Bobby had at one point, and he was on the fence, jumping up and down the fence, saying, "Slow down, you're going too fast."
But who said that? Bobby Frisch?
Yeah, Faraday's gonna wreck it, I
boy.
guess, but that's okay.
Okay. Why did you decide to get into racing, Austin?
I never really was around racing in my younger years. I got around racing, like I said, my senior year of high school, maybe a few years before I went out. I watched Jerry Guiley and Bobby. I didn't really know anybody, Rich Heinrichsen.
Mm-hmm. I remember him.
Yep. So
Senior or junior?
Both. The old man ran
I
the
raced
trailer
against
race.
Junior in my Legends, my early years of Legends.
He raced sportsman cars, late models, legend cars.
Yep.
So I got kind of just went out there and as a spectator and watched, And then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do this. I didn't think it'd stick around this long, but here I am.
Like 10 years later now. It's going to be your 10th anniversary.
My 10th year.
Who was your favorite driver growing up then?
I didn't really know anybody. Jerry Guiley and Bobby were about the only 2 I really knew. And then
if you had to pick one.
Probably Bobby, yeah, because he's helped me a lot,
Stuff coming this way, guys.
Uh-oh.
All right. They're coming.
Now
Can I have one, too?
They're going to bring so much beer, it's going to get warm.
It's almost self-serve.
You're being punished.
How about now? You've been in the business 10 years now. Who's your favorite driver now?
I've seen a lot of different drivers come and go, super late model drivers. I always liked Ricky Bilderback, like Justin. That guy has one thing I seen with him. He was in a super late model going down the backstretch sideways through the grass. Came out, straightened it out, ended up finishing second in that race.
And that's not many can say that, especially at the Rockford Speedway. But
That's
the super late models.
pretty cool, yeah.
Definitely. Now, Austin, you also run the Rockford Speedway Facebook page and website. Is that a challenge of its own? If it is, talk about some of the challenges that you face doing that. I know trying to race cars, I mean, you raced 2 divisions last year, and doing that, that's a lot to handle.
Yeah, I love helping the track, and I've grown a lot to short track racing and helping the speedway as much as possible. I do the whole social media for the track. I do the website, update the points.
How long have you been doing the social media site and the website?
Well, the first website I built was 3 years ago. Last year we built a brand new website. I built the Rockford Speedway website from the ground up. It had nothing, and I built it. So the whole website is built on me. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty glad I did that. I love doing that stuff.
I like how you've got the past champions on there.
Yeah, I want to have so much info on there. Track champions, track records, anything you can possibly know about Rockford Speedway will eventually be on the RockfordSpeedway.com.
Are the track records on there right now?
Yes, some of them, 95% of them are. Some divisions like that visit there are not, but
Okay.
all the weekly divisions are on there.
That's good, because we do at time from time on our prize question of the show, we will go off of that and use that. I mean, lately I've been really digging into some archives.
Yeah.
But I actually will say the question I'm going to ask today for our prize is on the RockfordSpeedway.com website.
So you just got to search for it.
Right, you have to search for it. Right, so that's the hint for today's prize question.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 2020 season, Austin, as you had your hands full by racing 2 divisions, the Sportsmen and the Roadrunners. Tell us about how hard it is racing 2 divisions on the same night. I mean, it's hot, it's humid, you're not skinny, you're not a skinny guy.
Fat joke.
I didn't say
Whoa,
that.
fat jokes.
Fat jokes have come out.
I'm just, okay.
Man, you dropped
Wow.
a fat joke right in the middle.
Make sure you edit that out.
Yeah, this isn't live, is it?
Wow.
So, you know what I mean, though? It's, like for me,
You know what I mean?
what is it like, though, on the hot, humid nights trying to go from one division to the next?
I actually, there was a few nights I told Dave, I said, you got to do this to stop running these features back to back. I can't jump out of one car and get in the other. I need a little break. Fat guy needs a break.
How many times did you have to go through that? So you went from Sportsmen to Roadrunners, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Sportsman's always first, Roadrunners are mostly last.
Okay. Yeah, and you did, I mean, imagine it like if you had won one of the features in the Sportsman last year and then you had that Roadrunner race following. I mean, God, you'd really had to have been moving to switch from one car to the next. Is it hard to get adjusted from driving one car to the next? Like you go one feature after the next? I mean,
You're a lot slower in the Roadrunner, that's for sure. You go to, braking's a lot different, and you go in the Roadrunner, it's like, going super slow, going from Sportsman to a Roadrunner, obviously.
Does it make you mad because you just came out of a real fast car to a slower car?
No, it's just you got to get acclimated to it. About 5-10 laps in, you're ready. You're back to where you need to be. But that was a lot of fun, man. Justin Wagner's tearing up the.
All right, we're okay. Sorry, technical difficulties. Had to have that on the show. Was it ever stressful for you jumping from one car to the next? And how much of a handling difference are these cars?
Oh, night and day. those road runners are slipping and sliding all over the place. You know, we gone to a little more better tire, but sportsman cars, man, those things are fast. They got a lot of grip, and you're just cruising. You know, you feel a lot more on the racetrack than you do in a road runner. That's for sure.
Now, with you not really driving the Sportsman before they really made the rule changes with the tires, I mean, what was your personal opinion of the tires that they raced last year? And didn't they do something like some kind of a chip or something, kind of a limit with the chip last year? They changed that?
Yeah, they went from 64 to 62. The good thing about me is I ran one race in 2019 on the D800, so I wasn't too acclimated to that tire. So
okay,
I didn't have to adjust much because I was coming from the Roadrunner where it was kind of already all over the place as it was.
Last season, you won the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere race. Have you ever won that race before?
No, never. I've came second to that race once. That was quite a few years ago when we had about 25 Roadrunners that year.
Justin, have you ever won the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere race before?
Nope, I suck at that one.
Get close to it.
I suck at that race.
Guys, since you've both done it, what's it like racing in total darkness? I mean, we got that little light at the start-finish line, which I'm sure the flagman really appreciates. But, I mean, you guys, when did they start putting little lights on the cars? I think for a long time it was just basically a flashlight that was on the car. Wasn't that really it?
I don't know. Bobby Fish won it 5 times.
It was a flashlight until lights evolved a little better, and now people are getting a little brighter, but...
Is it hard? I mean, how dark is it on the track for you guys?
Honestly, it's one of my favorite races to race. I loved it. I had so much fun. I can't wait for it this year.
I mean, like, you're passing people. Is it hard to see when you're passing them?
I don't know. The first time I did it, I had somebody's light shining in my eyes for 20 laps, so I didn't really go anywhere.
Interesting. In racing Roadrunners, who's been the toughest driver that you've had to race against?
Well, I raced Bobby for 1 year. He was hard to race against, but my year, I don't remember what year it was, but DJ Smith, I raced him for a championship. I finished second to him, but we raced, I want to say 27 nights that year, but I raced side by side with him, and I think we were 6 points different said and done at the end of the year, but we had about 30 cars, 25, 30 cars that year, so DJ was a hard competitor, and Rob Meyer was, that was probably one of my more competitive years racing.
And you raced the 29? You've always raced 29?
Yeah, the 29, that really wasn't a number. I actually wanted to be 92, but that was the year I was born.
Okay.
But that number was kind of taken.
Yeah.
So I just switched the numbers, and actually Brett McCoy, my first car, he was 29 when he started, and I just always kept the number since.
Sure. What about Sportsman? Who's been the toughest driver to race against in the Bargain Hunter Sportsman division?
All the Robinsons, of course, they're always fast. Trevor, Johnny, Howie, Garrett, they're all fast guys. Last year, I never really had a problem with any of the drivers out there. They're a good group of guys to race with, and, I race any of them any night.
Mark Conning chimed in. Gentlemen, great show. You guys are funny and knowledgeable, so you definitely appreciated chatting with you tonight.
Justin Tyler says he's building a Sportsman to come get us.
Say it into the mic. Say it in there.
Tyler says he's coming to get us. He's building a Sportsman.
Justin Tyler chiming in on that. Okay. Austin, what's the worst wreck you've ever been in? Now, last year, didn't something happen at Bahama Brackets where you had some time, you had to get your car back together? Like there was something wrong with the car?
Yeah. And so actually that broken axle, that really wasn't a wreck. It was in practice. Broke a right rear axle.
Okay.
Luckily, Phil, like you said, he was saying earlier, Phil's, he's a good guy. He came over, stopped everything he was doing and helped me. Sean and Phil, they just stopped everything they were doing, got that axle changed. Melchiori, Matt, I think.
Yep.
He was parked next to us and he let us borrow it, and I actually just gave that back to him about a month and a half ago. But thankfully for the people like that stop what they're doing just to get you back out on the racetrack, that's pretty good people to have around you.
It's the racing family.
Yeah.
That's why it's very special that all of us are, in it together here. Definitely. Yeah. Let me find out where I'm at here. What's been your biggest win of your career so far?
I guess probably my first win, of
Beating
course.
me.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That race. Eric was the announcer at that race, and he goes, "I'm not sure if that was the best race of the night, but probably the best race of the year he's ever seen." That race was pretty stellar, but
Between you and Justin?
yeah, I mean, it was me, Justin, who was it? Memely, Robbie Robinson, and they were 2x2x2
Uh-huh.
for over 20 laps. But my first win, of course, is always my best. No, you never forget your first win.
Sure.
And then, of course, the midnight ride. That's first ever midnight ride win. In the dark.
What's one event you want to race in someday?
I guess I just enjoy racing the Roadrunners. It's not
Okay.
no big special event. I'm not big into I like watching super late models and late models, but I never dream of racing the Snowball Derby. Because that's not I'm not interested in that.
What's your favorite event to watch then?
Any big super late model show, Joe Shear Classic, that's a big one at Madison. That show is so good to watch. I love watching that show.
I want to go to it, but I will be here with our guests that day, so I'm not going to be able to go, but I'm hoping at least some of you can go tell me about it.
Calling sick.
No, I can't call in
Take the guest
sick.
to Madison. There
We
you
can
go.
have Dave Nolly host the show.
Do it right at Madison live.
Yeah.
Oh, live at Madison.
No, you've not won a track championship in the Roadrunner division, Austin. What's the goal? Or excuse me, how close have you gotten to winning it, and what year was it?
2015. Yep. Against DJ Smith, finished second. I raced for Dave Isabel in his car. Bobby won championship in 14. I raced a car in 15. Raced 27 nights that year. Finished second in points, 6 points behind the lead.
Oh man! So it was. Were you nervous that night?
No, not necessarily. I just kind of raced my race. I knew what I had to do. I did what I had to do. I just fell off. I was on my game that year, but it was just a hard race. I think he won the race, and I want to say I finished second that night.
Okay. What's the goal this year for you, Austin? Are you running both divisions?
Well, no, I've actually saved an announcement for this show also.
Yes. All right, everybody. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Please tell us, Austin, what's going on, sir?
All right, so this year last year I know I decided that racing two divisions is hard. Jumping out of one, maintaining two cars. So I know one of the guys that got me started in racing, he was looking to go back, late model sportsman racing, couldn't find nothing, kind of searched around. I said, you know what, why don't you jump in my car, Bobby Frisch jumped back in the sportsman car, go race full time in that. Well, I race the Roadrunner, put a brand new body on it.
Wait a minute. So Bobby Frisch is going to be racing full time in the Bargain Hunter Sportsman division this year.
Yeah, that's correct.
Was it going to be car number 92 or car 29?
92.
All right. So you heard it here right on the Racing in Rockford show. Thank you, Austin. And Bobby Frisch actually is sitting right over there. So, Bobby, that is going to be exciting to see you back at the Rockford Speedway in a weekly series. I hope you can find time because you have a lot of customers with the signage business, especially right now, as he's looking over at me. Austin, what's it like racing against Kevin Memely or Kurt Neiswanger? What's it like racing against those guys?
I have no problem with anybody out there. I get along with just about anybody. I'm one of the nicest people you ever meet. I'm friends with all the drivers. I talk to them. I have no problems with them. So I just enjoy racing with everybody.
Has anyone ever wrecked you on purpose before?
Nope. Can't say that I have.
Okay. And in my last and final section here, Austin, let's talk about the Windsor Pizza Parlor. How do you like working here?
Pretty good.
What do you do here?
Make sauce.
I make pizza sauce.
He makes pizza for Justin Wagner to drive real fast?
Yeah, that's how Wagner won his championship because he was so fast.
So what was that said? Now your boss said something. What did he say, Austin? He makes his own schedule so he misses me.
So
Interesting.
So I come in on the weekends to see him.
I see.
Let's
What's your
just make
favorite?
it so you have to be here for payday.
Yeah, that's the only time you see Steve payday, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh darn! I'm working Saturdays. Can't race.
Well, he's got direct
Oh
deposit.
shit!
Austin,
He's got direct deposit. You don't get worried about payday.
what's your favorite? What's your favorite thing to make here?
Pizza sauce.
Pizza sauce.
You know, I don't have a problem making anything, but do not order breakfast pizza or taco pizza. I hate making those.
You know what you just asked for,
Monday
don't
morning,
you?
Monday morning,
Everybody
please.
order taco pizza tomorrow.
Monday morning,
After
whatever he
5
said he don't
o'clock.
like, order it.
All right,
Order it. Austin will pay for it.
Austin.
Mark
Hey.
Conning's paying for it.
Austin.
Exactly. Hey, instead of those 100 beers you owe me, you just buy everybody breakfast.
Have you ever wanted to spin out Justin Wagner?
He couldn't catch me, so
No,
I couldn't
couldn't-
get me out.
It's facts. No, you know what? If somebody told me to go out there and wreck that guy, I probably wouldn't know how,
Okay, really?
or I couldn't do it.
Okay,
Not me.
all right, fair enough. And is there anyone you'd like to thank? Anything else you'd like to say before we go into our prize question of the show?
Oh, is this the commercial break or?
No, this is the anything else you'd like to add.
Oh,
We need a commercial.
of course. I'd like to thank Windsor, Steve. He's done a lot for me. Make sure I need what I need on race day. Always bringing everything. Pizzas at the end of the night. Bobby Frisch, making sure cars look good, getting me to where I am today. I'd just be a guy sitting in the grandstand still if it wasn't for him. Or I wouldn't have beer in my hand.
All right.
And then, Beerman helps me on my car. Like I said, we share a shop together and help each other out, make sure things are right. We don't leave the shop unless our stuff's right. We don't work on our cars at the racetrack,
We're down to the final minute here or so. So if you need to take a break, I'm going to give our sponsor break here real quick. So if you need to run to the bathroom, go for it. Then we're going to do our prize question of the show and announce next week's guest. Final break of the day is going to be Jane's Cafe, once again located in Beloit, Wisconsin. I am due to go there for breakfast. It won't be tomorrow as I have a dentist appointment, so I kind of got to go do that. Jimmy A., thank you for everything you've done for us in the show, getting us off the ground. We'll always be in debt to you for that. Magnuson Landscaping, right now the snow is done. It's time to get your yard fertilized, grass seeded. Give Russ a call, 815
Tyler said he's ordering.
315-7819. Okay, no, not okay. Anyways, and Windsor Pizza Parlor. If you've never had the Windsor Italian beef, I'm telling you, are these the best beefs in Northern Illinois or what?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. I make about 30 a day.
Yeah, they're very, very good. All right, now for our prize question of the show. Oh, wait, a couple more comments here. Justin says, I'll be in for a taco pizza. Justin Tyler says that. Mark Conning says, hit the pace
Great.
car. And
That's
Justin
your
says,
job.
I'll get down to help you guys soon. Yes. What's that? Oh,
Your piece of paper under your phone.
this here. Oh, I thought this was my bill.
No, that's. Wait.
Oh. Oh, I have something else to add. That's right. I thought it was my bill already. I thought, well, okay, I got my bill early. So that's what this was.
You're picking up the whole tab?
So, guys, Friday nights. Is it just this coming Friday? Okay, every Friday night. If you're looking for something to do, if I wasn't working Friday nights, I would be here. I would. I hate working Friday nights. Friday night, come on down to Windsor Pizza. Karaoke from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Lisa Nally and Kate. What's KJ? Oh, Lisa Nally, KJ, and Kid Friendly from 8 to 9. So if you got kids want to come down, 8 to 9 is a good time to have them do that. Every Friday night, karaoke from 8 to 1. I should sing the Humpty Dance. All right, that was my favorite
Willie
one.
Nelson shows up and sings once in a while.
Yeah, he really.
Yeah.
Did he sing on the road again?
No.
Okay, not that Willie Nelson.
I'd
right?
have to say.
Okay, all
I'd
right.
have to say. John
Sorry, had to do
Cena.
it. Okay.
Get along the Rockford Speedway for
And yes, and Kayla Ann checking in saying, and trivia on Wednesday. That's already started, correct? Is trivia night started?
It's Love's Park.
All right. And now for our prize question of the show. Today, you will win a extra large size Windsor Pizza Parlor, the official pizza of the Rockford Speedway t-shirt, and
Yeah, koozie.
Looks like a can koozie.
I've got some various stickers, Amsoil, some other stuff you can put on your car, Race Quip, and a TSC. This is a Tim Finstad koozie, staying cool with the 33. You win all this if you can guess today's question.
Oh, if you know what, I'll throw a 73 sticker in on that too.
Would you?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. So Justin Wagner's going to add
It's in my truck at your shop.
a number 73 sticker. You can also win that. The question is, are you ready for it? The first person that answers correctly,
And you cannot
Gets it.
be in Windsor Pizza.
and you can,
You gotta be outside.
you need to be outside.
No
I
cotton
agree.
balls
All right.
either.
You have to comment. Now, I'm going to make it a little easy.
Go around.
How many Roadrunner track championships has Bobby Frisch won? How many? First person to comment gets it right.
I can answer that.
How many Roadrunner?
can't.
Mark Gray says 6. No, that's not the answer.
Do I win if
You
I
guys can't answer. You're in Windsor
not?
Pizza. Okay. No, if you are a relative of Bobby Frisch, you do not
Well, it's
count.
a good thing she's not a relative.
What if she's outside?
Kenny Hemmer says 5. No. There's the answer right there. Eric Bennett chimes
Bennett.
in with the correct answer. The correct answer is 3.
We're gonna need a different size T-shirt.
Now,
We need a,
since
we need
since
a
you guys
recount.
know Bobby so well, what years did he win it?
I don't know that deal.
Does Bobby remember? Okay, Bobby remembers. I have the answer.
Hey, Bobby, stand up, turn around.
What was it like 12 and 14 and then years ago?
Okay.
Like 11, 12, 14.
You say 11, 12, 14? Okay, you got 2 of the 3 right.
And then
They
there was
are.
one like what?
2014 was his last one.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
2012 and
9.
2009 is correct.
2009.
2009 was the first one Bobby Frisch ever won. All right, and now, so our winner, I forgot.
Eric Bennett.
Eric Bennett, stop
Big
down
boy.
to Windsor Pizza, bring your ID, and you will get a
He doesn't need an
size
ID.
extra large. Eric, you may have to see if you can trade in for a larger one. Extra large T-shirt, courtesy of Windsor Pizza Parlor, the official pizza rock for Speedway, a Tim Finstad koozie, some stickers for your car, and a number 73 Justin Wagner sticker as well.
He'll be
How
quick
about
now.
I
that?
think he already has one of those, to be honest with you.
Okay.
He needs 2.
Next week's guest, I'm going to call it the
He could
Figure
put
8
one on his race
Special.
car.
As next week, our guest on the show will be Mikey Mahurin and legendary Gary Jeske as they will relive that memorable night for them as they made contact in the middle of the Figure 8 as they crisscross and crash. And we will have it on the TV screens here at Windsor Pizza. So
Oh, we
once
chop
again,
liver?
what's that?
Chopped liver? We don't get it on the screen.
YouTube. we'll kick on Misfit Productions. Everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you spending your Sunday night with us. We'll see you here next Saturday night, or excuse me, next Sunday. But you will hear me next Saturday at the Rockford Speedway for the 44th Spring Classic.
Be there.
Who's your pick?
Austin Nason.
Austin's racing it.
Yes.
Is Casey Johnson racing it?
Highly doubt it.
Okay, I don't know who I'm going to pick then. All right. Jeremy Miller's going to be there?
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll have to find out who the lineup's going to be, and we'll put like dibs in on these drivers. So we'll do a little side bet or something
Actually,
like that.
Willie Nelson.
There you go, Wild Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson's my pick.
Is DJ Smith going to be racing? Driver X, he going to race?
Maybe, probably.
Okay.
I'm taking Mike Byer.
Mike Byer, oh, that's right. He ran second in points last year. All right, I got to get out of here. It's an hour and a half going. No, an hour and 20 minutes. That's good enough. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. We'll see you next week.
And the word from the pits is